I have deceived you. One of the stories today.
Oh my God.
Is AI generated.
You bastard.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.
What's up, Wikimaniacs? Welcome to Reddit on Wiki, where we scour Reddit in search of some of the wildest stories the internet has to offer. My name is Josh Shell, and I gotta say it's Josh and then Shell. One of our comments thought my full name was Josh Shell. So just making that clear, it's two different names. And back at it again is my duo partner today, Sean Salvino. What's up, buddy?
Hello. Hi, Wikimaniacs.
New setup.
Yeah, a little sneak peek for Monday, or for the patrons, for our guest coming up. Because if you will notice, we are down one Filipino.
So we got to make up for it. Yeah, John's not here today, but he'll be back next week, I think, as far as we know. But Sean, are you ready to hop into some of the stories today?
I am ready to hop into some of these assholes.
All right.
John isn't here. I feel the need to...
You have to make the terrible jokes?
To dirty it up and make terrible jokes. I can't promise puns.
That's fair. We haven't, although he hasn't been really, he's been slacking on the puns recently.
Yeah, he's been chilling out. I wonder if it's AAPI month and he doesn't want to cause conflict with me.
Oh.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, so he just attacks me for being white and everything.
This is the last episode where he's nice to me, guys, for a whole year. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Me?
oh no, he's back to being nice to Josh next episode. Next
time
episode.
he's on. Yeah.
And then he's back to being mean to me.
Can't wait. All right. So on today's episode, we have a husband who gets kicked out of a delivery room. Oh
my God. Sorry. So sorry to get off track immediately. But
immediately.
Did you see? There was a TikTok that my wife sent me, and it was I guess a woman who had just given birth filming her husband like knocked out on the floor.
Oh, I saw this meme where it was like women posting their husband sleeping or whatever after delivery.
Yes.
And they're like, I just went through a 16-hour delivery, but goddamn, my husband's back must be hurting right now.
Go off, King.
So funny. It's a good bit. Nothing to do with that. All right.
Okay.
That story anyway. We have a listener who uninvites a friend to a concert, a wife who thinks she's entitled to a gift, a mom forces her kids to wash the dishes, an OP who tells her friends what she really thinks about her parenting skills, and a wedding proposal goes wrong. So we wrap up those stories on the main feed, and then we got our Patreon exclusive stories where we have an OP who starts spraying kids on his lawn.
Is this you, actually?
I have a new button, too, I want to test out.
Ooh. Fuck them kids.
Oh, man. I can't believe you recorded yourself doing that.
That's me. Me.
Absolutely.
And then we have a friend group who is divided on child-free plans. So
that's tough.
I want to get those last two stories. Head on over to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. You also get ad-free episodes and episodes a day early. And our monthly bonus episode's coming up too, actually, next week.
Ooh.
We still have to record that.
We got to do that.
That will be up as well.
We got to do that. Uh-oh.
We got to find out a time to do that. But yeah, so head on over to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. Get all that stuff. Sean, were there any other TikTok trends you want to let me know about before we start?
No, I think we're good.
Yeah, TikTok's been there hasn't been very many good trends recently.
I was trying to think of something.
Let me down.
Yeah, I can't think of any trend currently popping off. I did see a TikTok COVID couple, Ian and Chris. They did a makeup video on YouTube, and that was awkward. And also, I watched all of it because I loved them during COVID.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Ian and Chris, they were like a TikTok couple, but then they broke up after COVID.
How do you spell Chris?
Just regular Chris and Ian. I think
Well,
Chris Olsen.
Like Chris with a K or
Chris with a C.
Okay.
The normal way. Says the guy who has Sean as a name that doesn't have an H.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
So they
Chris and
broke
Ian.
up?
Yeah, they were like a big time cute couple during COVID when everybody got TikTok, but then they broke up last year, I think. And it was very sad. But then they did a video of them doing each other's makeup, talking
Just
about the
for-
breakup. It was a sponsored content.
That's extreme.
Yeah. Talk about the breakup
reminds me
while
of, like-
doing makeup.
Yeah, that reminds me of like that YouTube video that Liza Koshy and Dobrik did years ago where they talked about their breakup on a
Oh my
YouTube
God, they
video.
dated?
Yeah.
I
for a while,
literally
I
know
think.
nothing about David Dobrik. Every time I see his
Good.
name, I'm like, who? Like, why is this guy so rich? And I've like zero knowledge of this man.
Yeah, he's kind of a piece of shit. But
Oh, is
anyway,
he?
we don't have to get into that.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the vibe. They did like a whole YouTube video talking openly about their breakup and why they broke up. And I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, you got to
I
make
don't like
content.
this. I guess it got millions and millions of views. So who am I to judge? All right. Well, let's hop into the first story and get back on track here. So this one is cross-posted on our subreddit by Perspective Ornery 287, and it's titled, "Am I the asshole for kicking my husband out of the delivery room?"
I will say no, because you know what? You are doing something very important during that, and you need the conditions to be however you need them to be at that time. So
Hey, his back's probably hurting from that chair.
yeah,
Okay?
he'll probably want the nap anyways. So just send him out.
True. Yeah, that's a fair assumption. I don't know if we've had a couple delivery room ones.
Have we?
It's been a while.
I'm trying to think.
I want to say like last summer.
Okay, well that will be why I don't remember.
But I think honestly, all the men were the assholes in that situation. So it's a fair guess. I think.
Yeah. Just going statistics wise, it seems like, that would be the safe bet.
Especially on Reddit. All right. So I, 23 female, and my husband, 24 male, just had our first baby. My husband was so excited and was super supportive and caring throughout the pregnancy. The only thing is that he became slightly obsessed with watching YouTube and TikTok videos of husbands pulling prank on their wives while in labor.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
That's a thing. Could there not be
Also-
a worse time? That's such
well, exactly.
what?
Oh,
What would the
God.
prank be? What would be funny? I feel like nothing would be funny in that scenario.
I
I can't imagine.
I can't think of anything. But also, like, they're not in the right state of mind to even appreciate the prank if it is a good prank. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So not
Imagine
a good time.
a human coming out of you and then somebody try to prank you while that's happening. Oh my God.
Like I couldn't even imagine and this is why our For You pages don't have this on it, because we would not find this funny. But I can only imagine like what you would do to consider it a prank. I have no idea.
I'm learning through this podcast, and maybe I have known this about myself. I do not like prank videos. I don't enjoy them. I don't think.
They're just awkward and hard to watch, I find, because I'm a socially anxious. I've talked about this. I'm a pretty socially anxious person. I can't even talk. And so all of those scenarios, I'm like, I hate this. It makes me cringe. It makes me very like uncomfortable. So I just can't. I can't watch them.
I only like the ones that are like there's one guy I watch on TikTok where he like asks some people to film for him, and then he'll just do awkward stuff on camera. Those are okay because
those are scripted, I think.
Oh, okay. Well, this one
Unless we're talking about different guys, maybe
it might be a different guy, but this one he like dances and does weird stuff. But those, like, you're asking them for permission and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That feels fine, but like,
well, and you're the joke. You're the butt of the joke.
yeah, you're the butt of the joke. But like,
Yeah,
moaning in people's ear or like throwing like balls at them and then acting like you don't know where the ball came from. Don't love those.
No.
And then the couple prank videos, I've said on multiple occasions, I hate couple prank videos. Those are the worst.
Yeah, and then what pisses me off more is when you get into the comments and you're looking through them, and everyone's getting mad at the person who got pranked. They're like, "Oh, relax, it's just a joke," and it's like, No, maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe it's just not a good prank. Maybe it's very uncomfortable for them. Like you,
Yes,
so it pisses me off to to the nth degree, and I just hate it.
I'm with you, brother.
All right, so he's into we're like 3 sentences.
He's into that shit that we just talked about hating.
Yeah, into prank videos. I clearly stated my distaste for them and asked him not to do anything like that. He said he agreed and continued to joke about it from time to time, but I brushed it off since I trusted him and thought nothing would come of it. The day of the delivery came, and I had been in labor for 8 hours. And then in parentheses, I will be in 12 hours total labor. I had just finished another round of contractions when my husband let out the loudest fart, turns to me and says, "What the hell have you been eating, OP? It smells disgusting." I immediately recognized that as one of the pranks in the video, which is not a funny prank. Outraged at him not honoring what I asked him to do, I demanded he leave the room. He started to argue, saying this was a joke, but I insisted, and luckily the nurse helped him get out. I went through the last 4 hours of labor by myself since my family lives out of state, and I'm not close to my mother-in-law. After the delivery, I told the nurse he could come back into the room, and he was fuming. He started demanding that I tell him why he kicked me out. I calmly told him the reasons, but he was pissed. He hasn't talked to me in a week, and his mom is taking his side, saying that I was a complete bitch for kicking him out. Normally, he would defend me from her, but this time he completely agreed. I might be the asshole because I know how much he was looking forward to being there for the birth of our kid, especially when he got to cut the cord. But I still kicked him out and refused to let him back in. The nurse asked a few times if I wanted him back, but each time I said no. So am I the asshole for kicking out my husband after a stupid prank?
Again, no. You guys had a deal, and then he broke the deal. Maybe he thought, you needed to cheer up or something, but I don't know. Right. That at least it was a harmless prank, but it's still annoying. You guys agreed I need to be focused. I can't, none of that shit. And he said, "Yeah, I agree." And
there's other people there.
Yeah.
Like, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like he agreed. He said he wouldn't do it. You stuck to your guns and said, "Hey, you fucked around and found out. You get the fuck out of the delivery room." I think that's fair. So
Very
she
ridiculous.
does have some more information and then a slight update here that will not make you happier. So, edit, I just want to say thanks for everyone for the support and reassurance on here, and wanted to answer some questions and give an update. So here were some of the answers she has for some of the questions. She says he has been bonding with the baby, but not quite helping. When he felt like holding her, he would just take her from my arms. Or if my mother-in-law was around, he would just ask her to get the baby. And then just to clarify, if he had been apologetic in any way, I would have let him come back into the delivery room, and the nurse checked on him, but he was still sulking and complaining that he did that, or that I did that. So she's saying like, and rightly so, if he had been apologetic in any ways at all.
Yeah, because if you're mad out there, why would she want you to why would she want you to bring that negative energy in there?
Yes.
Like, I imagine I can, if you were super excited to be like cutting the cord, not cutting the cord, is it? Is it the cord?
Yeah.
Umbilical cord. Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking of like cable. If you're trying to cut the cable,
if you ever want to have kids.
But yeah, like if I can imagine if that was like a big thing, he would be mad coming into it, but he, should be mature and realize why. But to just be mad outside the whole time, and the nurse is like, "Hey, are you like good to come back in?" And then and you're still throwing a fucking little bitch fit. Of course she's not going to want you in there.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be like a happy moment, and you've turned it into this very negative, sour moment. And yeah, it like you should have just realized, okay, I fucked up. I shouldn't have done that. It was 8 hours. I was bored. I thought it would lighten the mood. My bad. I'm sorry. Like, I fucked up. If you came back with that energy, you know what? Absolved. Like 100%. But you just did not do that at all, and just
and imagine being so
stewing.
mad so mad for 4 hours, and during those 4 hours not realizing, okay, yeah, all right, I need to chill the fuck out so I can get back in there and then cut the cord, because that means a lot to me. But I guess it didn't mean that much to you if you're fucking
if you're making an issue.
Yeah, if you're making a joke and then making such a big scene, like why?
Yeah.
What's your thought process? Of course she doesn't want you in there, man.
It's insane. And like, just to stay mad for 4 hours is ridiculous. Like,
Yes.
I've been mad sometimes and like, I need to step away for a bit, but it's like half hour maybe where I just collect my thoughts and then I come back, you know, I'm like, all right, you know, this is what bothered me. My bad, or whatever I have to say. Like 4 hours is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a
long
ridiculous
time to be
amount of time.
mad. You got to try hard
Yeah.
to be mad for that long.
Yeah, well, exactly. So there is an update here. So update, it's been a rough first week, but thankfully my mother arrived this morning to help out. I talked to my husband as best I could since he's still upset and ignoring me, and I told him how I was feeling. I've been feeling depressed and anxious since we brought home the baby, and I've understood why he was upset, but I asked him to please see my side. He told me that I had no right to kick him out and that our daughter would come to hate me one day for having him miss her birth. I started crying and begged him to please talk things through instead of saying things out of anger. He refused and said I was under his roof, so he had the final say.
Oh, boo.
And called me a cunt for kicking him out of the delivery room. I didn't say anything else. I just started packing myself and the baby's things and plan on leaving. He yelled at me that I couldn't take anything he paid for, which I hadn't started working since the pandemic. I just took the baby and told my mom we were leaving. We're staying in a motel, and I will be driving to my parents' house tomorrow. Sorry for the long update, but I wanted everyone to know the outcome. So,
oh, God,
that is crazy.
Okay, so I am.
Collect your thoughts. I know you're angry, Sean.
I'm more than angry. I'm like nervous for her because you know if they get a divorce, I feel like it'll be hard. I don't know how this works. Never been in this situation, obviously, but like. I imagine it would be hard to fight this battle when you don't have a job and you haven't had a job for a while.
Yeah.
Like to have like, you know, what is it? Primary custody of the child.
I guess so.
Yeah. Like I imagine it would be difficult to fight that when he was the moneymaker, unfortunately.
I think they usually side with the mom because like, you know, like breast milk is a thing for a newborn child. So she has to be the primary caregiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
not always. I mean, they could bottle, I guess, but so I think she has a good case in that sense that the baby is still so young that they wouldn't take her from the mom.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I don't know.
Yeah, that's the only thing
here.
I'm scared of. I am happy that you know you left his ass and you didn't like just stay there and take that shit because well,
that's just abusive shit.
Yeah, super abusive. Like putting the future guilt on her, like. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. And then like when she's leaving to not even try to stop her to be like, actually just don't take anything I bought. Like she's taking your kid, man. Show some like, you know, oh man, I overreact, you know, like do something. You're not even trying to stop your kid from leaving.
Have some self-reflection. Like, fuck. This is all stemmed from a stupid joke and you're still stewing over it. Like a week later. Which is insane, dude. Like, realize it is your fault that you weren't in the delivery room, not your wife's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you made the choice to make the stupid joke and then not apologize after when she is giving birth. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely insane.
Also, like, on top of all of this, like, I mean, again, we're men, so we have no clue. But I imagine when you're in fucking labor, yeah, you know, you said earlier, you're probably not in like 100% state of mind, like rational to like even be in the mood for a joke or, you know, just things like that. So it's,
well, you're just in
focused,
pain for 12 hours.
For 12 hours focused on, you know, just getting that baby out of there. So it's like, bro, any sort of sympathy or empathy is just not there. So I'm glad you're out. For sure. I don't know if they said they're married. Husband, right? They said husband.
I believe it was husband, but I can double check here. Husband.
Yeah,
so
for sure divorce.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. And then, I am just scared about the no job thing, but hopefully the judge can see well, that he's the reason for the divorce.
Yes. And that's it, right? So I don't know. I'm hopeful And then, it sounds like you got good family support, so you're in a good spot that way.
I do wonder if he is British or
The cunt thing.
Australian. Yeah, just because that's not as big of a deal over there for whatever reason. But even then, even if that was true, he's still obviously very much a dick. This guy fucking sucks.
Yeah, they didn't talk enough about tea and crumpets, so I'm very unsure whether they're British or not.
And that's all we know about Brits.
Got them.
Teas and crumpets.
Tea and crumpets and colonialism.
Are crumpets the biscuits that Ted Lasso makes? Is that a crumpet?
I think so. Yeah, that might be what I don't know. That's a good question.
Let us know in the comments, guys. What's a crumpet?
They look delicious, so I hope that's what they are. All right. Well, let's move on from that piece of shit guy. Move into a listener story. So this one was posted on our subreddit by Judy Melody Scarlett.
Oh my God! Sorry, I just googled crumpet. Looks like a biscuit.
Okay,
maybe.
Does it look good?
It looks fantastic, actually. Looks like what we call an English muffin.
Oh, kind of like a little pancake.
Yeah, which makes sense because they wouldn't call it an English muffin in England.
They just call it muffins,
and they wouldn't call it a muffin either, I guess. Why don't we call it crumpets?
Oh yeah.
There's already a word. What are we doing, guys? Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I guess it'd be like French fries, right?
Yes. What do they call them in France?
Well, they call them chips in Britain.
Yeah, and they call chips crisps.
They're all backwards over there. Are we the bad guys?
I mean, I live in America. I think I am the bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah, we butchered the language. Don't get it wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to know. I did want to know what they were. So, once again, this one's posted by Judy Melody Scarlett, and it's, am I the asshole for uninviting my friend to a concert after they relapsed?
Ooh. After they relapsed?
Yeah. And then just a trigger warning, obviously, drug abuse in this story, but just briefly.
Yeah,
so
that's tough. I will say, if you didn't know they had just relapsed, then that's pretty bad. Yeah, you're bringing somebody into a pretty difficult situation. So
at a concert,
yeah, because if you're an alcoholic, and you could slip away from your friend at any point to go get a beer, and
true. Same with a drug addict or something, whatever it is.
I mean, I guess drugs aren't like sold at the stands. So that'll be a little harder to get, but
some
you could
sure.
find. I feel like drug use is a very communal thing, so people might be willing to share the drugs with you if you find it. I don't know. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty tough place.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying probably
I'll say
not?
Probably the asshole.
Probably the asshole. Okay.
I think so. Yeah, for bringing them there. But I don't think you're a bad person. I think maybe you were just a little too optimistic.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know if you heard the title. It's Am I the Asshole for Uninviting a Friend to a Concert After They Relapsed?
Oh, uninviting. Oh, that changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the asshole.
Okay.
It's a dangerous place for them.
For all the reasons you listed before this.
Especially if they just relapsed. That means they're starting all over again. Yeah, that's rough.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I got to enunciate my words better. All right, so let's hop into it. Once again, just brief discussion of drug abuse and ODing. So if that's not your cup of tea, pass this story. All right, I made a decision with my therapist that I feel is best for myself and my friend, but I still feel awful. My friend was 1.5 years sober from heroin. I got us Taylor Swift tickets for my birthday, and we've been excited for about 6+ months. I wonder how.
Yikes! That's a hard ticket to get. That's a hard ticket to get.
And they were expensive. Weren't they like thousands of dollars, some of the tickets?
I mean, depending on where you sit, probably.
That's true. That's true. Just a couple of weeks before the concert, my friend relapsed using heroin. 6 days before the concert, my friend was sick from withdrawal. The city that the concert is in is where she used and is also where she relapsed, which is about an hour and a half from where we both live. I decided I didn't want her to come with me anymore because, for one, I didn't want her in that city again, and two, I didn't want to have to worry about her anytime she went to the bathroom, that she was shooting up and possibly ODing. So it scares the hell out of me because I know plenty of people who have OD'd. She obviously isn't happy with my decision. She told me I was betraying her and taking the concert away from her. Her mother told me the next time she uses it, it is my fault because I'm taking the concert away. I feel like I made the right decision, but that the situation itself just sucks, and that's why I still feel bad. But I'm just wondering, am I the asshole?
I'll stick to my guns and say no. Again, I've never been around a drug addict, so I don't know, like, I feel like also it's hard to blame a drug addict or blame you for the next time they relapse. Cause like, again, I don't know many drug addicts, but I feel like any sort of thing could trigger that. So it's like, it couldn't be solely not going to the concert. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you'd be more putting in a position of, relapsing if you took her to that city and to the concert. Like, I feel there's more opportunity for her to relapse being in that city again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unless you're following her the whole time, which is going to take
which then you're not
the
enjoying
fun out of like both of y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just not a good situation.
Yeah. And like, it's, I don't know, like if this has been like half a year and she'd been clean since then, like she relapsed like 6 months before this, that's a different story. But it was like a few weeks before the concert. Like that's pretty soon.
Yeah.
Like she's still going through withdrawal.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think not that you'd be the asshole, because again, it's not your fault. Drug addicts, like it's a sickness. And so like you can't be responsible for that person. I think it's super unfair of the mom to put that on you. Like it feels like she's projecting onto you, which is definitely not fair for you. Yeah. So I'm going to go with not the asshole. I agree with you, Sean.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes dream work.
Yes, sir.
What concert would you want to go to?
I don't know. I really regret, because I was in Vegas for like a music festival, and at the same time as that music festival, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak were like doing their little concert series in Vegas, and I super regret not paying to go. The cheapest seat in the house was like $300 though. And that was like behind a column. So I was like, oh man, that would be like $600 for me and the wife behind a column. But you know what? I wish I had, saved money appropriately to, make that more of a possibility.
A dream. Yeah.
Man,
reality.
I've heard Bruno Mars is fantastic live. And then that whole Silk Sonic album, I love very dearly. So that would have been a good time. But,
someday you'll get to go. Yeah.
Who's to say they don't run it back?
Oh, they probably will. I mean, they're just printing money at this point.
Dude, so. That 1 year where they won literally every Grammy they were nominated for, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, I really want to go to the Noah Khan concert that he's doing. I think he's coming to Montreal and Toronto, so I'll have to decide this summer if I want to go. But anyway, with that, we're going to hit an ad break, and then we'll be right back with some more stories. So stay tuned. I could talk. And we're back.
Oh yeah.
We're back, ready to discuss some more assholes. Starting off with a one posted on Am I the Asshole by New Midscore Hall Midscore 276. Title is Am I the Asshole for not getting a gift for my wife on Mother's Day?
Yes.
Now, what if she's not a mother, Sean?
Then no. But I imagine you wouldn't be making this. Well, yeah, I don't know. That's pretty enticing. I will say she's probably a mother. If y'all have a pet,
I was just about to say I was considering getting Sienna something for Mother's Day for Ringo because it was technically the first year.
Yeah.
And she was like, "No, don't do that.
Don't do that."
So, could be a thing. Cat moms or dog moms.
Yeah.
All right. So you're saying asshole though.
I'm gonna go asshole just for the probability. I'm a statistician, Josh.
Yeah, you're playing the odds. We got to get like one of those sports betting sponsors.
Over under the amount of assholes on this episode. I'm into it.
That'd be good. We could make our own lines. I love it. All right. So My wife has been sad and upset on how I overlooked getting a gift for her on Mother's Day. We welcomed our first kid 3 months ago, and she's a first-time mom.
The very first Mother's Day, brother. The very first one. Oh, that's bad. That's bad, OP.
Here's the ball. You dropped it.
That's a huge ball drop, brother.
Holy. So the reason I didn't get her a gift wasn't because I don't love her or anything. I always get her gifts on her birthday and our anniversary. I also got her a gift on Women's Day. For Mother's Day, I didn't get one because it's about honoring my mom. So like she'd get her mom a gift, I'd get my mom a gift, but my wife's not my mom, she's my wife.
Oh, man. So you're getting her a Woman's Day gift because she's a...
I mean, I feel that one's weirder.
Yeah. You're getting her a Woman's Day gift because she's a woman. So by proxy, she is a mother. So why would she not get a Mother's Day gift? I do not know your logic, brother.
Well, even like Sienna's sister, the first year she had a baby, we got her a Mother's Day gift because it's like, yeah, you're celebrating your first Mother's Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's an exciting thing. So you just do it, especially if you're the dad.
Yeah. Do you only say Happy Mother's Day to your mom? Like you don't say it to the other mom? Like if you saw your mother-in-law that day, you would just be silent to her? You wouldn't give her that greeting? Like
that's
what?
Apparently what he's saying.
So strange.
That is weird.
Yeah. It's all mothers get honored, not just your mother.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, yeah,
Exactly.
why wouldn't all mothers want to be honored by everybody? You know what I mean? Why limit your amount to give?
Yes, exactly. She said that's not how it works and that she's the mother of my kid and she'd like to be honored on that day by me too. I told her she'll be honored when our kids grow up and shower her with gifts. I just don't understand why I have to get her a gift as well because she's my wife, not my mom. By that logic, I should give gifts to all moms I know, including my friends and my sisters, which is exactly what you said. I mean, not every time. First kid, maybe. If you're, well off enough, sure, maybe if you feel like it. At least say Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, maybe some flowers.
Yeah.
Something small. I mean,
she's.
Yeah.
It's
sorry.
I feel like friends and sisters are not mandatory.
Yeah,
but it's like it's a nice
gesture
do if you think about it.
Yeah, for sure.
She said I can't be seriously comparing her to her friends and sister and insisted I'm the mother of your kid. She also brought up how her dad always got her mother a gift and his mom and all the men she knew do this. And it hurt her to see me just dismiss her feelings. I grew pretty tired of this argument and left because she was acting so materialistic over this. I told my mom about it and she said that my wife is a crybaby.
Oh,
my two sisters were present when I visited my mom and they started cussing me out saying I'm an idiot.
Yes.
There was a whole argument between my mom, me, and my sisters. My sisters saying me and my mom are ridiculous and unreasonable. So am I the asshole?
Yes. Man,
120,000%.
We're hitting the odds today. Yes, of course, man.
Holy.
Like, is she not supposed to celebrate Mother's Day until the kid is old enough to buy her shit?
Right.
Or maybe arts and crafts, I guess. So maybe like, I don't know. When could they start making shit? Like 3, 2?
Maybe.
I don't know. But still,
I don't even know if they know the concept by that point.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And this is the same guy who, like, in a few weeks when it's Father's Day, people are like, "Oh, you didn't give me a Father's Day gift," Like,
yeah.
Like I could just see it. But yeah, and it's wild of your mom, like his mom, to take his side in that. Like,
I wonder if he's like the youngest and he's like the favorite. He's the little baby boy.
Could be. I did like the sisters just immediately were like, no, you're a fucking idiot.
Yes. Because it's like, look, I can understand if you were like, oh yeah, that's like, why would I get my own wife a Mother's Day gift? Like, and then whenever she comes to you and is like, yeah, I really would have appreciated it. I could imagine the normal response would be like, oh, like I just wasn't accustomed to that. That's on me. That's
right.
I messed it up. But to fucking double down and be like, no. You're not my mom. Why would I get you a gift? Am I just getting everybody
realistic right now?
Yeah, you're fucking ridiculous. I've grown tired of this argument.
Yeah, It doesn't
Fucking
even have to be that
crazy.
extravagant. It can just be like flowers or a card. You
Just
know what I
something that
mean?
sh-
Like it doesn't.
Something that shows
If
that
it's
you
like
appreciate
a money
it.
thing, yeah, just like something homemade, whatever you can figure out. Like it's not a materialistic thing. It's just wanting to be appreciated for pushing a fucking kid out that is your kid.
Also, this is again 3 months after she gave birth.
Yeah.
Husbands, I gotta say, you gotta be doing anything that they ask. You should not be fighting your wife after she gave birth to your seed.
It is wild to me because, like, from when I can remember, like Mother's Day, from like my first memory, my dad would help us make like a card or something like that. He'd be like, "Oh, Mother's Day is coming up. Like, let's make a card." And then we'd like make a card or do breakfast in bed, whatever. And it was like a joint effort with my dad.
Mhm.
And like, so for me, it's like it's wild because I'm like, yeah, he was doing all this for my mom, even though she's not his mom, and it's very clear why. Like, it's just,
It
it's just
seems
wild.
so obvious.
Yeah,
What? It seems so obvious.
maybe it's not, but it should be now that everyone in your life is calling you it, except for your mom
except for
who's
your mom.
babying you.
As soon, yeah, it's just like as soon as you get pushback on this thing, you got to be like, oh, yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah,
It's so
my bad.
wild. It's so wild to double down.
yeah, just insane. All right, so Sean's 3 for 3 right now. Let's see if
Cash
he can
money.
go 4 for 4 with this next story posted on Am I the Asshole? I believe. Let me double check that. Cross posted on our subreddit by Disney Can't Stop Me. Am I the asshole for not making my sons wash the dishes?
For not making your sons wash the dishes.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, this one's a tricky one. Because I mean, I wasn't made to wash the dishes. Or was
Well,
I?
you were the youngest, Sean.
I was the youngest. I'll say, I feel like you do set your kids up to succeed when you make them do chores.
Okay.
But I don't know if it makes you an asshole if you
you
this
don't
is a
make
tough
them.
one. This is where
That is a good
I
one.
drop one. I will say, because I'm honestly not sure, I will say not the asshole just because
Okay.
of the way it's worded. But, I could be wrong.
All right. Let's see.
It's a tricky one.
So, to keep things brief, I have 2 boys, 15 and 16, and 1 girl who's 17. I have assigned chores for each of them to do. My sons are supposed to cut the grass, take out the trash, and help me with the heavy duty work.
Oh, I feel wrong. Sounds like a sexist mother.
Well, I think it's the dad.
Oh, a sexist father.
They don't ever clarify, but I'm pretty sure that is the point of view. The only chores my daughter has to do is clean the dishes, help her mom with laundry, and that's pretty much it. In my opinion, the workload my sons have to do is a lot harder than my daughter's. Very misogynistic.
Yeah. Why are we not cycling through these? If she wants to mow the lawn, let her mow the lawn.
Yeah, my mom had 2 boys, and she said, "You boys are doing laundry," so we did laundry. That's how it was. The other day, we had invited some guests over, and we made a lot of food, resulting in a lot of dishes. My wife was tired after cooking for everybody, so she didn't have the energy to help my daughter with the dishes. So she asked my sons to help my daughter with the dishes. I told her no.
Oh,
Janice, my daughter, is just going to have to do it herself, which resulted in a heated argument between us. I told her Janice already does the least amount of chores in the house, so even though it may take her a little while, it still doesn't compare to the amount of work my sons have to do. She told me I was being unfair and that there was nothing wrong with her brothers helping her out for one day. I may have been stubborn, but I stuck my ground and told her it's not unfair and that she'll survive.
such a weird thing to fucking just start a fight over.
It's such a misogynistic divide of chores. Like, man do strong, lifty chores outside. Women do, cleaning chores inside. It's like, dude, like
spin the goddamn wheel. Let it be random. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that exactly. Do what The Office did. Have a little wheel and then spin it.
Yeah.
My wife said fine and decided to help Janice clean the dishes instead. Now both my wife and daughter are mad at me. I realize I may have been a little too harsh towards my wife and Janice, and I do feel a little bit guilty, but I was just trying to be fair and stick to the assigned roles everyone was given. Am I really wrong for doing that?
Man, Boy, was I wrong. 3 for 1. Yeah, you fucking suck, man. Okay, first off, we've already noted like very weird,
Most of it.
sexist traditional roles for the chores.
He even says assigned roles, which is like, gender roles. He's assigning everyone basically.
Yeah, so strange. And if your
Blatantly
wife
obvious.
doesn't want to do the dishes and you don't want your sons to do the dishes, get off your fucking ass and help your daughter do the goddamn dishes. Like, what? So, oh, man. So many. And, okay, on top of that, even before that, like I said, this is such a strange thing to fucking cause a fight and cause a rift in your family over just for these assigned roles. But also, I feel, don't have kids yet, of course, but I feel like it's just generally a bad idea to openly defy your partner's like parenting, in front of them. Yeah. Like, oh, Billy, go help your sister with the dishes. Actually, no, Billy, fucking stay there. Yeah. She can do the dishes by herself. Like, why? Why would you?
You're just teaching your kids to undermine your wife. Like you're like setting her up to fail in that
Y'all
situation.
Are a team.
Now she's like, yeah, just stick together. Like even if you did disagree with that, have a conversation with her in private afterwards. Be like, hey, like I know whatever, Bobby helped Janice out with the dishes tonight, but we have these assigned roles for a reason. Should we relook at them? Divvy them up different ways? Like, what do you want to do? Like, that's how you approach that, not open defiance against your wife. You're right, Sean. 100%.
I feel like it's such a bad call in general. I mean, I don't know if we've had a lot of stories like this, but like, it's just so wild to just openly, criticize their parenting and especially when it's not like anything super serious. It's just asking him to wash the dishes or help out with a chore. Exactly. Like you said, just talk afterwards and be like, hey, I didn't like that. Maybe she can help him out with the lawn next time just to like even it out. Or like find some kind of compromise. Don't like go so immediately off the fucking handle.
Super easy to deal with. It's just like took it the completely wrong way. And then the one last thing before we move on, the other thing that bothered me was like really downplaying how much his daughter does.
Yeah.
Like laundry for 5, dishes for 5 people. I'm imagining she probably helps clean up around the house. Like that is a lot of work.
Look, I do dishes for just me and my wife. And like, I'm like,
it's too much sometimes.
This is sometimes too much. We got to eat out.
Yeah. So you're really downplaying your daughter's workload when you have 2 sons who probably divvy up, cutting the lawn, taking the trash out. So they're doing probably realistically half the workload that your daughter's doing. So that I really hated how he was downplaying that and not appreciating what she does. So
yeah, all around shitty dad, I think.
Yeah, just terrible all around. I can't believe they made it to 15, 16, and 17. But with that, we're going to hit an ad break, and we'll be right back with our last 2 stories. Ooh. So stay tuned. And we're back.
Hello.
I stumped the Sean this episode.
I know. 3-1. I got 2 stories left. Do I end in a tie, or do I finish a victor?
There's so many ways
this could go. Choke the lead.
Like the Leafs. Oh,
like the Leafs.
They're not in it anymore.
Rest in peace.
Didn't love you guys shit talking me when I wasn't on.
Did I shit talk? I feel like one of the Wikimaniacs shit talk. Yeah, we read a comment. Yeah.
I had some funny did some funny video editing over that part, so you'll have to go back and check that out. All right. So this second last one is posted on Am I the Asshole by Wanderlust Dreamer 93. And the title is, Am I the Asshole for telling my friend she's a terrible parent?
Yes.
Okay.
Your reaction to my yes makes me feel like I'm wrong, but I feel like, unless they're straight up abusing their kid, it's hard for me to side with an OP that criticizes one's parenting.
Right. Commenting on someone else's parenting skills. Like, everyone's different. And like you said, I guess, as long as you're not abusing them, what's really the harm? Fair enough. No, my reaction wasn't that. It was just,
okay.
It's just how hard you came out with the yes.
Yeah, because it's just like, I don't know. For me, like I've seen parents get criticized and how pissed off it makes parents, and like, I would be pissed off too because I'm like, look, bro, you don't know how the fuck this works. My kid is different from your kid. They all react differently.
Different job.
Yeah.
Different stresses. That makes sense.
It's not your place to parent anybody else's kid.
That's fair enough. Let's hop into it and see if you're right. So I'm feeling pretty conflicted about a recent interaction I had with a close friend, and I need your help to determine if I'm the asshole. For context, my friend Sarah has a 5-year-old daughter. I've always found Sarah's parenting style to be a bit lacking, and I've held my tongue for a while. However, a few days ago, I reached my breaking point. Sarah had me over to her house for lunch last week. While I was there, I couldn't help but notice how Sarah was completely ignoring her daughter and constantly engrossed in her cell phone. Her daughter was clearly seeking attention, but Sarah would dismiss her and ask her to go play alone. I decided to take matters into my own hand and confronted Sarah about her parenting. I told her that she was being neglectful and not giving her daughter the love and attention she deserved. I also added that her constant phone usage was setting a terrible example for her child. Let's just say Sarah didn't take it well.
Yeah. You fucking think? You fucking think?
She got just extremely defensive and told me it was none of my business how she raises her child.
Fact.
She said she values her personal time and believes her daughter needs to learn to entertain herself. Since then, Sarah has been avoiding me and won't answer my calls or text. I thought I was just being honest and trying to help, but now I'm starting to wonder if maybe I overstepped my bounds.
You did.
So am I the asshole?
Yes. Look, I can imagine like maybe if this was like, every time I've hung out, she's always ignoring the fuck out of her kid. This was literally one time, like one day.
One lunch.
Yeah, one fucking lunch. You know what I mean? Like you gotta, before you fucking be so bold enough to do some shit like this, at least see it a couple of times. You know what I mean? At least let there be like, okay, this is a pattern. You know what I mean? But just the first time you see it to fucking, and nothing.
Like this kid's 5.
Yeah. Like, they're going to want attention all the time, probably.
Exactly. From their mom, especially. Like they're just like, and so as a mom, especially I could see that being like, you need your alone time. And so trying to teach your son or daughter, hey, this is mom's time. Like go entertain yourself. Yeah. Like that's a skill in itself to be able to entertain yourself.
Yeah.
And so like that is a good parenting skill, I would say. Like she's doing the right thing, I think, in that situation.
And you're there over for lunch, right? Like they met each other up for lunch. That's what this is?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay. So this is adult time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she's talking to you. She's giving you her attention. And then, if her child needs something, then she'll help. But it sounds like, she just wanted to play. She can't play. Yeah. She has you over. So it's so strange.
Maybe you should entertain her kid.
Yeah.
To give her a break.
If you're so fucking worried about it.
Just, insane.
Man, first time seeing it and then going off the handle is wild.
Yeah. Because they didn't mention any, like, they said, parenting style was a bit lacking, but didn't really expand on that. And then just, this seemed to be like the first time. So I don't know. It's very weird.
Yes.
They did write a quick edit here. They say, thank you for all your responses. I appreciate the honest feedback, even if it's not what I wanted to hear. I now realize I definitely crossed a line by confronting Sarah in that way. I'll be sure to apologize and give her the space she needs. So a bit of a happy ending, I guess. They realize they're an idiot.
Yeah. I wonder if they have kids.
Doesn't say, actually.
I want to say probably not.
Yeah, I was going to say, I assume not, but I guess you should never assume.
Yeah, that's true. There are tons of shitty parents that we've come across in these stories. So
in this episode.
In this episode. So
all right. Last one here is cross-posted by Pokemon Candy, and it's
delicious.
Am I the asshole for calling my friend's proposal disrespectful?
I'll say no.
Okay.
I'll say no, because there have been some stupid proposals.
There was that one really bad one. Was it John or you that did it?
That did it? Oh, okay.
I've read the story.
Like, damn, are you fucking roasting the shit out of John and me's proposal? No, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The one that like took zero advice from the best friend and then didn't invite any family.
That one.
That one.
That one was pretty bad.
That was pretty disrespectful. I was gonna bring up one time in Houston, some dude and his friends, like I guess they were driving on a freeway and they all like stopped and then stopped the flow of traffic completely because they were in every lane and then just hit a full stop. And then he took her out and like proposed on like a freeway because it had like
fucking dick.
It had like the skyline behind it. But I'm like, bro, there's a park right next to the guy that you could see but yeah, he stopped traffic to propose. And I think he got arrested for it.
I would imagine so. That's like a public endangerment. You're getting out on the highway and there's traffic behind you. Like all those people have to stop very quickly.
Yes.
It's just a danger waiting to happen. And then that's traffic for hours. For hours, that's traffic. Yeah, like, fuck
terrible. Also, don't think they're together anymore. I want to say somebody posted like they got divorced after a few years, but I'm like, oh, what a dumb proposal.
This is like friend of a friend of a friend. So it's like broken telephone, but they had been wanting to get, like, they've been talking about getting married. And so like proposal came up and I guess she was like, yeah, as long as like no one's around, I don't want to be like a public proposal, right?
Mm-hmm. They did like fucking flash mob,
like in Superstore.
Yeah.
No, so I guess like they'd been together for like 5 years, I want to say at this point. Mm-hmm. And they're out one day just getting ice cream or something. And in line at the ice cream place, he gets down on one knee and proposes to her. She's like, no. And they had like a huge falling out and like had to go to couples therapy. I don't know if they're still together. This is like a while ago.
That's rough.
It was rough.
A much more lighthearted one. And I know we opened the episode about talking how much we hate pranks, but I did see a TikTok that was like a guy, his girlfriend and their friend and maybe his sister or his girlfriend's sister were like at a brunch and they were all drunk. And they were like, oh man, we should fake propose and then we'll get like a free bottle of champagne or whatever. And everybody was like, yeah, let's do it. But
was the wife in on it or the
No, yeah, everybody was in on it. The four of them came up with a plan. So then they go through with it and then the girlfriend rejects him and is like, no. And then they all like start laughing and leave. And then the rest of the restaurant is like patting him on the back, being like, it's okay, man. And he's just like asked to stay there and sell it. And I was like, that's a pretty good prank. That's funny.
That's fucking funny. Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that. All right, let's get into the actual story.
Let's do it.
And see if this was a disrespectful proposal. So here's the deal. My friend, 27 male, decided to propose to his girlfriend of 3 years, Dina, 26 female. The two met at a bar pre-COVID and were just chatting at first, but it quickly led to more, and eventually the two moved in together and discussed marriage. Personally, I think they're a great match, and my friend Stefan has never been happier.
Nice.
Maybe Steven. I don't know. Anyway.
Hard to say.
He told me that he was planning to propose to Dina, and I was ecstatic. Well, the day of the proposal hit, and I called Steven the next day, which was last night, to congratulate him. But he wasn't happy.
Oh.
He told me that Diana had said no.
Oh.
I was shocked and asked him if he knew why. He said she didn't like how he proposed. Now, here's the thing. I knew he was going to pop the question, but I didn't know how he was going to do it. He thought it would be a romantic to propose at the place that they met, a bar. Already, I could kind of see why she might not like that, but I decided to ask her in private because she and I had gotten to be close. She confided to me that it's because she told Steven multiple times that she didn't want to have a public proposal and that she was horrified he would do it at the bar of all places.
She specifically said the bar of all places.
Specifically said the bar, yeah.
Oh, so clearly came fool.
Up. She felt disrespected that he didn't accommodate that.
Yeah.
I told Steven that his proposal was honestly really disrespectful and seriously kind of messed up. To which he told me I was being an insensitive asshole and that I should be supportive as his friend rather than talking down on him. But I don't know if I'm in the wrong here. So am I the asshole for calling my friend's proposal disrespectful?
Okay. I will say I'm like 50-50 on how I feel about this. Because one, for sure, you're right. This guy fucking blew.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
This guy blew it big time. But this is your best friend, brother. Maybe bite your tongue a little bit and just be like, console him during this time and be like, oh yeah, man. Yeah, that was kind of a bad idea, but like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Don't be fucking like, damn, that was super disrespectful. Maybe don't fucking slam dunk on him while he's down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, you're right. You're absolutely
You are right. And he does need to hear it. Because apparently he didn't hear it the first time or a few times she said
maybe
it.
he needs to hear it from another man.
I think OP is a woman.
Oh, is OP a woman?
I think she mentions that later on in an edit. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
But it does either way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like it's your best friend telling you, "Hey, you fucked up." Like, he probably needs to hear it.
That's true. Okay, well then that was very quick, but I think I'm with you 100%. Yeah, I think you're good. Maybe not the kindest. Yeah, we've had ones like this where it's like maybe not executed the best way, but it needed to be done, sort of thing.
Well, and here's the thing: like, I could see myself talking to my friend like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, man, you kind of fucked up there. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
Next time, maybe try this, and you know, like afterwards, I'd be like, yo, like it's okay, we'll get through this. Like, we'll figure it out, and be supportive afterwards. So maybe you could have been a little bit more afterwards. I don't know. You don't really clarify whether you are or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, in my mind, I'd be like, yeah, you kind of fucked up. Like it is what it is.
Yeah. Dude, she specifically told you not that place and that's where you chose.
And you doubled down. You said, no, I will take her there. Also, a bar
maybe,
is just
maybe go to that bar and then like on the way home,
yeah,
you know, do something romantic, walk through like lights, like set up lights next to it, or, you know, do something adjacent, have the bar related into the night, but not at the bar that she specifically told you not to do.
Or something really cute. You propose the day before and then you go to the bar the next night and have like a dance or something like that. Or with her ring on.
Yeah, you figure out you know, your proposal, you do the private proposal that she wanted, and then whenever you have your engagement party, bam, you got the venue
at the bar
already. Damn. Yeah, just do it at the bar. It's just
goddamn.
Yeah, so many.
We should be out here. Yeah. Planning proposals, Sean.
Yeah. Nancy always tells me I need to have like a company where I help plan food trips or like plan events.
They're going to say like, weddings.
Definitely not wedding plan. That was fun, but stressful. I could not do that as a job.
I used to set up weddings, like the tents and stuff like that.
Oh, man.
It was also stressful. So there is a quick update to let us know how things went afterwards. So the whole situation played out far differently than I expected. I didn't know that Steven had read it and he saw everything.
That seems to happen a lot on these Reddit. And I'm sure we're part of the problem by posting this shit on TikTok.
100%.
Yeah. So apologies for anybody's lives that we've maybe ruined, but you posted it on the internet maybe. So I don't know. I don't know what the ethical...
Do you specifically remember one that we did, and then they had an update way later on being like, I saw this on TikTok, or my friend saw this on TikTok, like the one I was talking about, or whatever. I was like, could have been us.
It could have been.
So he saw everything. He confronted me about it, and while he was pissed that I aired out their dirty laundry, he did end up thanking me for posting it because I gave him a different perspective. So thank you, commenters.
Love
As
that.
for the relationship, Dina and Stefan are still together. Steven. I still don't know. Dina was upset over the whole event and has spent the past couple of days mostly at her parents' house and then working it out with Stevens at night. Dina said that she is working on forgiving him, but mostly has been bothered that her wishes weren't met. At this time, they are not engaged and Dina has no plans for that anytime soon. I did tell Steven that if they stay together, I would help plan a proposal in the future. Get us in on it. We'll get there.
Yeah. We have so many ideas already.
So many. They're free. You just have to listen to the show. The three of us live in Florida and we're relatively close to the beach. So I suggested to Steven that the next time he proposed, he would do it in the evening at the beach or somewhere private without a lot of people or noise. Stephen also told Dina that he is planning on returning the ring he bought and will be giving her some of the money to use for whatever she wants. I think he ordered flowers to be sent to her work too, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess it all kind of worked out in the end.
Wow. Good call on Steven to fucking just give her the money for the ring and buy a whole nother ring.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't think he's giving her the whole money, just a portion.
Okay. I was like,
probably like,
he's really fucking trying to get
back in
forgiveness.
their good graces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't sound like a terrible guy. He just didn't listen very well.
Just kind of an idiot.
Yeah, which I feel is a lot of our stories, to be honest.
Not terrible people, just we have some real vile, terrible people, and then some people that are kind of just dumb.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like the mom who didn't know what vaginas were,
or the father from this episode that didn't think he should get his wife a Mother's Day gift.
Yes, that too.
That guy's a fucking idiot.
Oh man, yeah, these people are just idiots, and a lot of them need
get therapy.
A lot of them need to get therapy. That's how I have to set it up.
Facts.
All right. With that, we're going to close out the episode. But before we do, Sean, we got one thing here. And that's that I have deceived you. One of the stories today.
Oh my God.
Is AI generated.
You bastard.
What?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Also, for everyone else who's just like, what the fuck? There's another person here. Chris is here.
Hey guys, this is my co-host on Shots and Thoughts, Chris.
Yeah. Chris, he'll be on Monday's episode. He popped in for the patron, and then we're going to record Monday's episode after this. None of this will make sense to Chris because he didn't hear any of the stories that could be AI generated. But he gets to see if Sean is right or wrong. So that's always fun.
This is cool.
So Sean.
Yeah, I'm going to need the rundown of all of those.
I'll give you the rundown. So we got, am I the asshole for kicking my husband out of the delivery room? Am I the asshole for uninviting a friend to a concert after they relapsed? Am I the asshole for not getting a gift for my wife on Mother's Day? Am I the asshole for not making my sons wash the dishes? Am I the asshole for telling my friend she's a terrible parent? Am I the asshole for calling my friend's proposal disrespectful?
Okay.
I hope you remember them all.
Yeah. Nancy always asks me, so what were the stories? And then right after recording, I'm like,
the same thing. I have no idea.
I have zero clue, babe. Chris, you didn't hear the stories, but just off the headlines, just for fun. What's your prediction?
I was going to go with either the Mother's Day gift one or the bridal shower one or bachelorette party, whichever one she said.
Proposal?
Proposal.
Proposal, yes. I was like, is there a bachelorette story? I was like, God damn, I forgot.
Something along that line being disrespectful.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, the proposal. Okay, yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
And the Mother's Day gift.
Yeah.
I will say this. I'm trying to think of all the ones that had updates or edits because those are out. I don't think ChatGPT is smart enough to do an edit. So that takes out the proposal. That takes out... Oh shit! Which other ones have it? Takes out the play along at home, guys. That takes out the first one, which is the delivery story. There's an update there.
Do you want me to tell you the ones that had updates?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, so the first one, the fifth one, which is the first one is the delivery room, and then the last two, which is telling my friend she's a terrible parent. And the proposal disrespectful.
Okay.
So does that narrow it down for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Mother's Day one because it's so stupid.
Okay.
And I hope that is AI generated and not a real ass person.
All right. Well, Sean
crossed.
and Chris, actually Chris had that one too. So unfortunately, you're both incorrect.
Oh,
sick.
That's really unfortunate for that guy.
And why I was so willing to tell you
that was the Mother's Day one. That was the first one.
No, that was the second one.
Oh, that was the second
third one.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So you're good. So it is actually I told my friend she's a terrible parent. ChatGPT can indeed write updates now.
Holy shit.
We have to stop making it smarter. Y'all. It's doing edits.
Jesus, what?
That's what I was so willing to tell you because I'm like, well, this will throw him completely off.
Nice.
God damn it.
God,
man, Josh is just seeing straight up legs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry.
No, this is what I crave. This
Yeah,
is what
crotch
I'm here
shot
for.
only.
Oh my God. For free?
Both gray sweats.
Yeah, I
Josh
get
getting
feet
a
pics
show
pretty
down
soon.
here. Yeah, the bunions are out.
Oh man, that's funny.
All right. So that is it for this episode. What did you think, Wikimaniacs? Were these people assholes? Did you get the AI generated story correct? Let us know down in the comments on YouTube or in our Discord or on our subreddit. If you want to hear more, please consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/cultivate podcast network and unlock the stories. The first Patreon story we did today was wild. So you'll enjoy that.
Wet and wild.
So wet and wild. Yeah. And don't forget, you can submit your own Am I the Asshole stories to us on our subreddit. And you can also cross-post your favorite Am I the Asshole stories over at r/Reddit on Wiki. Thank you, Sean, and thank you, Chris, for hopping on the last little bit here.
For sure.
Love you.
Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power.
For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.